Greetings from the Guild, gamers. I'm Guildmaster Jason. Welcome to Warforged Wednesday. For those of you who don't know, Warforged Wednesday is when I, Guildmaster Jason, bring you guys some fun and exciting games of Heroscape. Now, generally in the future, we're going to try and do this where I'm actually playing with other people, but I actually had someone lined up for today, but plans fell through. I play D&D. I understand all about plans falling through. I know how that is. So, unfortunately, I will be just running a game on both sides of the table today. But that's not a problem. So today, I wanted to use this map that, let's see. Actually, give me a second to bring it up. I had this game all set up and everything, had the teams picked out and all that. But unfortunately, TableTop Simulator crashed on me, so we will have to start over again at 0. Just so you guys know, if anybody is watching my stream right now and you would like to jump into this game, if you have TableTop Simulator on your own computer, feel free to jump in anytime. The server that I will be hosting this under is PCGG for Plant City Gamers Guild. I have it set to 2 players just so things don't get a little bit out of hand and crazy. But yeah, so if you would like to jump in and play, you are more than welcome to do so. Like I said, the name of the server is PCGG. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Like I said, I did have an entire board set up and everything. I had the teams already picked out and all that. Unfortunately, TableTop Simulator crashed on me, so I'm going to have to redo all that. I don't know why it didn't start. Come on. I think running Streamlabs and TableTop Simulator at the same time is a little bit rough on my computer. I would love to do something to fix that. Unfortunately, this is the only computer I have. So hopefully eventually down the road I'll figure out a way to make this run a little bit smoother. But until then, there's not really much I can do about it. Okay, so first thing we'll bring up just the general Heroscape game without any board on it. For anyone who doesn't know, Heroscape is a relatively old game. I want to say it came out like, I'm not sure exactly, like early 2000s-ish. And it was a really fun war game. It was, I refer to it as kind of a beginner's war game because, for one, it was relatively affordable for the most part, unlike, you know, like Warhammer 40K or anything like that. And the system was relatively simple. You guys will see if you're new to Heroscape or if you haven't played before. You guys will. I kind of go over the rules as I like to play here. So just in case anybody's watching and isn't really familiar with the game, it's a really fun game and. Anymore, it's really hard to find boards or set pieces for it or anything. I have some myself, nowhere near what I have access to here in TableTop Simulator, unfortunately. That's why I choose to do this via TableTop Simulator as opposed to actually on a tabletop. But yeah, so that's the board we're going to be using today. It looks like it's, you know, obviously got a lot of ice going on one side and kind of forestry and greenery on the other. So I'm going to kind of build on that and make my teams accordingly. So I'm thinking we're going to do like one icy team and one foresty team. So probably like ice dragons and stuff like that on one side and, you know, elven archers and stuff on the other. So like I said, I did have some teams picked out before. We'll see how quickly I can go through these bags and put those teams back together, and hopefully TableTop Simulator doesn't crash on me again. Here's to hoping. So let's see, I definitely know that Varus was on this side. That's basically this elven archer type guy. Get a look at that card. There you go. And so Heroscape comes with these little cards for the player to keep in front of them to refer to their character's stats and stuff like that. And it also comes with these little miniatures. Like I said, it is a miniature war game, essentially. So we'll go ahead and grab, there he is, Severus' little miniature. Whoever it is that made all these things and kind of like imported all these little models into Tabletop Simulator for us, I just want you to know you're a hero. I don't know who or where you are, but not all heroes wear capes, sir. So let's see. I'll double check, but I don't think I had any creatures on either side from either one of these. Let's see. What is this guy? No, I didn't use that. Yeah, I didn't use any of these ones. Okay, moving on to the next one here. Normally there's a system that Heroscape kind of suggests that you use when you're building your teams and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit random, and I think it's a lot more fun to just have both players start out by picking their teams to start with and just going with a general idea of the same amount of points for your armies to have, because like I explained in my last video, down at the bottom right corner of that card you can see where it says 100 points. It's basically just kind of a sort of a point system to go by for how powerful the card is. So whenever you play this, you want to make sure, I just looked through that one, didn't I? Yep. You want to make sure that both players are evenly matched to kind of make it a fair game. So right now the green players have 100 points. Let's see. Man, do I want any of these guys? I don't believe so. Yeah, no, we're not even going to take the time for that to load. We're just going to go ahead and close that one out. There's one of these right around here somewhere that had a few in it that I wanted to use. Charos, that was the one. It is a green dragon. So that's going to go over here on the fourth. So I guess I should be putting these on the other side. Come on, load the card. Let me go ahead and put his mini down on the card. And then I'll go ahead and move him to the forest side, because that would make more sense since the forest is on the other side of the board. This program is seriously taking some time to load these 3D models here. Hopefully that's not going to be an ongoing issue, because if so, I don't really know if I can play the game that way. Come on. Don't crash on me again. Oh yeah, cool, that's what the card looks like. Yeah, not really. Really? Can we just... Let's see. It is not wanting to load any images right now. That is upsetting. Come on, I believe in you. You can do it. Oh, and now the card's gone because I good. Okay, so that's a cool thing. Well, before I take a whole lot of time and effort messing with that, is it going to load anything? Or is it just like, screw you, Jason, and your stream? I might just have to play this on tabletop next time I stream, because it looks like it's not wanting to work with me. Let's just go to a random bag. Oh, that's not a random bag. That's literally the one I was just in. Let's go to a actual random bag that I haven't looked through yet since I opened this, and see if it gives me the same problem. Yes, it is. Okay. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to restart Tabletop Simulator. We'll see if I can get away with... Wait. Is it doing something? Huh? Resume game. What's that loading? 56%. Are you going to load something here for me? Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm just going to go back to the main menu since I haven't done much yet and go back into this and see if that fixes the problem. Wow, this program is not wanting to work with me at all. Yeah, I'm thinking, whoops. like I told you guys, I do have some actual Heroscape sets, like in physicality of my own. So I'm thinking next week that might just have to be the way to go. I don't really want to do it that way, but yeah. So once again, PCGG is the name of the server. If anybody watching would like to jump in, hopefully it doesn't crash on us. Oh, whoops! What am I doing? Multiplayer, create server. Come on. Okay. So we want to open Heroscape. Yes, I am sure I want to load that. Ooh, I hope it keeps that same little surrounding for me. That's kind of cool. Nope, it got rid of it. That's okay. Okay, maybe it'll work with us this time and not be so problematic. But only time will tell. So yeah, once again, this is the board that I will be using. I promise you guys next week when you tune into Warforged Wednesday, as soon as I start the stream, what the? Oh my god! That was probably my fault and probably not the computer. I didn't click additive load. I think I was supposed to click additive load, not load the whole thing in place of what was already loaded. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah, like I was saying, next week I promise you when I start up Warforged Wednesday, I'll have the board set up, I'll have minis picked out, I have armies picked out, the whole 9 yards. You won't have to wait through me setting up armies and setting up the board and everything else. So yeah, we want to bring this and do additive load. Yes, I'm sure I want to additively load it. Okay, so I'm actually going to use my phone to kind of keep track of army points here. Pull up a notepad. Okay, so the first one came from this bag. It was Severus, the Elven Archer. Are we going to load things this time? Oh, we are, it looks like. Hey, how about that? That's fantastic. So yeah, there's Severus. And then we'll grab his mini. Which is right there. And we'll go ahead and put him down. And Severus is 100 points, so I'm going to go ahead and on my notepad here, I'm going to put green. 100 points. And then I think the very next one I used was not Underdark. We'll try Wave 1 models. That might have been it. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. There was a green dragon and a white dragon. Like I said, I'm going to do this where it's kind of forest creatures against icy creatures, since that's sort of what the map illustrates there for us. I don't think this was... No, there wasn't anything I needed in this one. So, moving on. Yeah, so I'm going to do kind of foresty creatures against ice creatures, since it looks like that's what the map has laid out for us. And once again, when I set this up the first time, I did actually kind of write out this whole story of what was going on here and why these two armies were at odds. But like I said, when the program crashed, I lost everything, including that. So although I can't really read the text for you guys, because that would require me rewriting it, and I won't make you wait through that, what I can do is just kind of give you an idea of what I came up with. So basically, as soon as I pick him out, and that will be soon, I think he's actually in the next bag I'm going to go through, there's a white dragon that I'm going to use in this game called Nilfheim. And so basically the way I see it is Nilfheim is kind of in charge of this large icy domain. And one of the... let's see, I think there was one in here I wanted. Maybe it wasn't in here. Be easier to look through the cards and tell. Yeah, so I figure he's kind of in charge of this large icy domain. being an ice dragon, which he is. And he's kind of another character that I put on his team was an ice elemental, or a greater ice elemental, actually, to be specific. So I was thinking maybe he's just got several of these ice elementals that he's employing to just turn the surrounding area around his domain into more icy domain for him to just kind of strengthen his territory. And most creatures and inhabitants of a land that aren't typically that don't typically live amid frigid hellscape, so to speak, would not be used to living in that. They wouldn't really be able to quickly adapt to that. So by expanding this Arctic zone that he was living in, he was also expanding his territory because everybody else there was being sort of forced out because it wasn't hospitable for them. So naturally, when you pull a big major move like that, you're going to come into some resistance, some confrontation, so to speak. And that's where these foresty guys go in. So I'm kind of picturing I'm kind of picturing it as, for the most part, just a battle between these two dragon leaders, and they've both got these minions working for them. And here we have Nilfheim, the dragon that I was telling you guys about. And he's gonna have these three kind of sort of Arctic Yeti looking things that are gonna be on his side. And I'll throw in there with him. I need to get cards for them. And while I'm at it, why don't I go ahead and do this? Move the foresty people over to the foresty side, because that would make sense. Oh, hey, Jason, remember when you said you were going to keep track of all the points and all that? And remember how you didn't do that at all with any of them except for the first one? So yeah, he's 70, so that means green would be up to 170. Their dragon is 210, so that takes them from 170, let's see, 370, 380 would be where green is at right now in their points. Oh, where was I? I'm looking through these. Let's see. I think I did just look through these. I think these are the ones that I just got done looking through. They had the elven archers in them or whatever, I believe. So, moving on to the next bag. Oh, that's annoying. Close it out. Yeah, nothing in that one that I'm really going to use. Moving on to the next one. What else do we got in here? We got some ghosty looking people. Nobody looking especially icy or foresty. So we're gonna, what are these guys? Samurai archers? No, that doesn't really fit either one of the themes, so we're gonna leave them out. I don't even know if the teams are gonna be exactly the same as before. Oh, I didn't even get cards for those icy guys. Damn it. Okay, I'll come back to them. Let's see. Still no icy or foresty looking people, really. So we won't use any of that. Okay, wave 7. I'll remember that number this time. Now, where were those guys at? We'll try 4.5. Aha! I was right. How about that? So there is Nilfheim's card. And just to give you guys a look, if you're trying to picture this kind of visually in your head, that's what the white dragon looks like. And we'll go ahead and put him on this card. And then here you have these, like I said, kind of Ice Yeti looking type characters. And they are all on one card because they are a squad. So we'll go ahead and set those guys right here. And I said 7. I remembered it this time. What is that? Do I want to put him on their team? Maybe. We'll come back to that one if the points even out and green needs a little bit more points on their side. We'll see. Speaking of points, let's go ahead and start adding up the white people's, the icy people's turn, not the white people's turn. 185. Really? Why has he got to be difficult? 185 plus 75. Okay, math whizzes out there. Go ahead and send me in the chat what that is. Haha, you know this is gonna be a pop quiz. No. So 185 plus 175. We'll just take away the fives for a second to make it easier for me. That makes it 250, 260. Is that right? Where's my calculator? This is sad that I have to do this. 185 plus, what was it? Remember back in the day when our teachers all told us that we were never going to have calculators everywhere we went? How handy is this? 260, I was right. How about that? Should have more faith in myself, I guess. So I was on 7. Continuing on, let's see what else we got here. Let's see, foresty people and icy people. That could be misconstrued as foresty, I guess, but green is pretty far ahead right now. Right for now, we'll call that another come back to it if we need some more green points. Actually, a lot of foresty looking people here that I think I overlooked the first time. I might have skipped this bag or something last time. What was that, 8? It was 1 after 7. Yeah, 8. Okay. That doesn't sound, that's not as stupid as it sounded. They have a lot of 0.5s in here. Yes, I know that 8 comes after 7. I don't need a calculator for that. What else do we got here? No. No foresty or icy looking peoples in 8.5. See, that proves the point I was just making. I'm not silly. Okay, what else do we got here? Icy foresty, icy foresty, icy foresty, icy forest. Nothing there. And 9. We'll move on to 10. I think I do remember finding some stuff that I liked in 10. What was it? Let's see. Or at least one something. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. It was this guy. He's rides this kind of wolf creature looking thing. It's actually an orc, which is why his card is red. He's technically a minion of Utgar, according to Heroscape's original story. But in this story, he's going to be a minion of Nilfheim. Yeah. What do we got here? Warriors of Arshara. Once again, I'll come back to them if I need more points for green. Oh, speaking of which, go ahead and add this guy. That's 50 more points to the white team. So that is going to put them... Oh, I didn't even write that down. Ice was at 260. So that will bring them up to 310. So right now, Ice is actually behind by 70 points. Like I said, we have plenty of options if we need to add more green people right now. So let's see what more we have over here for the Ice people. Elemental drop. There's another guy potentially. Greater Ice Elemental. So that's going to put the Ice guys ahead a bit. And once again, I keep forgetting to grab figures. What is that? That's 130. So that'll bring the Ice people up to 440. So yeah, they're actually a ways ahead now. I will have to go back and grab some of those green people, which is good because I didn't want to leave many of them out. Any more ice people I should know about? That's an air elemental, water elemental. Nothing really important there. Way more foresty people than I thought that I was going to encounter here. Mostly elves, but yeah, nothing wrong with that. Elves are foresty. Okay, come on. Goblin cutters. What else do we got here? Little Cthulhu looking dude. Mind Flayer. That's cool. We got a white wormling. We'll go ahead and add him to the roster. That's going to add 30 more. So Ice is now going to be at 470 points. And that looks like all I really need to grab from this one. Almost done with the teams, guys. Search through this one. Death Knights, that doesn't really sound right. Ogre, nah. Dragon, that guy, what is he? Frost Rage. I'm gonna leave him out because we're already getting pretty high level points here. We're getting towards the 500 threshold, which is pretty high. So we're actually going to leave it at 470. I don't know if the green team is going to come in at exactly 470, but I'm sure it'll be close enough, which is normally the rule of thumb I go by. In Heroscape, it's hard to get your armies matching the exact number, so you just want to get it. I would recommend within about 50 points at the most, preferably closer to like 10, 20, 30 range. The closer you can get it, the better, but I definitely wouldn't have your points ranging more than about a 50-point difference. Okay, so going back and grabbing, we need about, need to clear about a 90-point difference, which actually probably won't take much. I don't even remember which one of these bags I need to look in. There were several, so I'm just going to kind of pick a few at random. Oh, and let me get you guys back. Just lost you. Remember the last time that happened and I couldn't figure out how to get you guys back. But have no fear because I have figured it out. I have become a slightly better Twitch streamer. Yay me. Oh, and one thing, life you shoot, and then just bring you back, like, oh, here, let me do this too. Sorry I'm not as quick at this as Larry is. I've been doing a little bit longer than I have. Come on. And I am back now. Hey guys, it's me again. So yeah, going back to what I was saying here, still looking for about 90 points worth of green guys. Let's see, there wasn't anything in that bag. Like I said, 90 points is going to take nothing to fill. You put one good squad or team or anything like that in there, and you'll be in like Flynn, as they say. Why is that opening? Hi, Google Chrome. I didn't ask you to open. Please go away. That was wave 6. I guess we'll look through wave 5. I know I saw some green guys that would have been perfect for this army. Oh boy. Don't do it again, TableTop Simulator. You've crashed on me twice. They say third time's the charm. So if it crashes on me again, I'm probably going to go ahead and have to cancel the stream for the night. I really don't want to do that. I keep looking at figures. I keep meaning to pull up the cards, but I go to figures instead, which is stupid. Let me go to the cards on this one. Get a little bit more information about them from the cards. Okay, what do we have here? Warriors of... Oh, yeah, that was actually one that I looked at. Oh, God, you're going to load it, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay. Yeah, they're only 50 points, but I'll throw them in there. It'll be fun. Those are the Warriors of Ashra, so we'll go ahead and get their cards before I forget. There they are, Warriors of Ashra. Set them down there. 3 of those. So now we want to get about 40 more points worth of green people. I actually noticed a lot of creatures that would fit into this army well over on this side. So let me go ahead and take a look at what I looked over before. Not that one. Let's see. Looking for something around 40 points. Sometimes it's hard to find ones that are that low, but we'll see. They don't even have any Ular ones in that one. Helpful. I thought there was a bunch of green ones over here, or foresty type people. Maybe I was just completely 100% super wrong, I guess. I'm making stuff up. Oh boy. Failed to create token image. That wasn't good last time it told me that. Okay, we got some green people in this one. Okay, it's loading images. I'm less scared now. 90, that's a bit higher than what I wanted. What do we got here? Green scale warriors. Oh. 60, that's pretty close. I might end up going with them. Loyalty to the Lizard King. At the start of the game, choose a unique lizard folk hero you control. Unique hero or a unique large or huge dragon hero you control to be the green scale warrior's Lizard King. A green scale warrior rolls 1 additional attack and defense die when the chosen Lizard King is within 2 clear sight spaces. You can choose only 1 Lizard King for all the green scale warriors you choose. Before taking a turn with the green scale warriors, you may first take a turn with their chosen Lizard King if it is still under your control. Is this dragon considered huge? Because if so, I will throw them in there. Yes, it is. Awesome. So yeah, I'm going to use them, and that'll put the green foresty team about 10 points higher, which that's about as close as you can get. So I think that's, I'll call that a win. Green scale warriors, here we go. And now it's not all elves. We mixed it up a little bit. And I think that's cool. And the last of those. Okay. We have our teams made now. Is there a way to... I feel like there's a way to save. I want to go ahead and save this just in case it boots me out again. So we'll say Icy Boys versus Forest Boys. And that's what we'll save this under. Or Heroscape. That way I just, in case it does crash on me again, I don't have to go through and I sure hope that saved. I don't know. Hopefully if it crashes again, I won't have to go through creating the teams and all that again. So next thing is we need some order markers. I guess I could just leave the bags there and grab the order markers. 1, 2, and really I'm just using these order markers to show you guys how the actual game is normally played. Since I'm kind of just playing against myself here, it's really not super necessary to use them, but we're going to anyways. That's 1, 2, maybe 2. Oh, you jerk. 2, 3, and the one with an X on it. Now we just need, let's see, Vidar, Utgar, Ular. We'll give Ular. We'll give the forest guys Ular's dice set, because actually all 5 of these cards are technically Ular. If you look at the top left, that little logo there means Ular's army. Jandar, and most of those guys over there are Jandar, so we'll go ahead and give them Jandar's dice. In the Heroscape lore, Jandar is technically the good guys, but with the little story I made here, I guess in this case they're kind of the bad guys. Not that any of it really matters gameplay wise anyways. So now we are just about ready to actually start the game. We just need a couple, do these dice bags have D20s in them? Let's see. Yes, they do, and it's the first thing there. Cool. So the first thing you do in a round of Heroscape is you choose... Oh, well, before even the first round starts, you choose where your figures are going to go. Generally, especially when you're using... Because when you buy Heroscape, it comes with this little booklet full of different scenarios that you can play that are already set up for you. And generally in those scenarios, it will show you starting zones. When you're creating your own scenario, like we have here, you have to pretty much decide your own starting zones. But I think this one's pretty simple and laid out. I'm just going to say these icy guys can have to start on the snow tiles, and the foresty guys have to start on the grass tiles. And I'm just now realizing that I still forgot to grab miniatures for some of these. The greater ice elemental still needs a miniature. And I don't remember which bags those came from. Bitch. Don't see it in that one. No greater ice elemental in that one. Were they all in the first one? Really? I'm just going to go through all 3 of these for no reason. Oh, it would help if I was looking at miniatures and not tokens, though, I suppose. I didn't think they were in the first one. It's having problems loading models again. That is concerning. I am really not happy about the way it's taken forever to do that. Damn it, man. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to finish getting this game completely set up. That way it is set up, and since I'm having problems loading this stuff, I will probably just come back another time, and hopefully we won't have that problem again. I don't know what the issue is now because it didn't crash on me last time, but since it's being silly right now, I'll go ahead and save this again. Overwrite. Then we'll restart the program, and I'll just continue streaming while I finish setting this up. And unfortunately, this will be a short stream tonight, somewhat of a failed stream, since this program wants to keep causing problems for me. And we will just come back to this next week, but I will at least finish setting this game up for you guys. So we'll go back to the main menu. Yes, I'm sure I want to go back to the main menu. If it can even do that. So yeah, this is kind of a bummer, but hopefully I can figure the problem out. And like I said, if I can't if we'll go through this one more time next week, and if this program has a bunch of problems again next week, we'll just do it old school tabletop simulator, or not, tabletop non-simulator. Alright, let's try this one more game. Create server. Once again, the server is PCGG if you guys want to jump in. And we will bring back the Icy Boys versus Foresty Boys setting. Hopefully it successfully saved all that. If not, I'm going to be a little bit mad at it. Hopefully it didn't save those issues it was having loading. I don't even know if that's a thing. No, it looks like it's loading everything fine now. So hopefully that is a good omen. Alright. Oh yeah, I still gotta find those 3 miniatures. I remember the one orc guy on the thing was down in wave 10 on the bottom end of the screen. I'll put him there in just a second. Wyvern was in one of these somewhere, though, I'm pretty sure. The Wyvern, however you guys like to pronounce it. There's the Wyvern. Set him there. And then finally we have... Oh, those are tokens. Come on. Where'd he go? Narok, the Glacian Swag Rider. Yeah, that's the one. So there's his figure. Okay, we got all the figures we need now. We'll go ahead and position them in their starting zones. Switch things over to first person so I can just kind of zoom around. That's a really fun thing about this program, and especially with a game like Heroscape, it lets you get some really cool perspectives. I'll actually show you guys what I mean by that before I close out the stream. If it lets me pick up this figure by himself, we will rotate him so that he fits about right there. Ooh, a little less. There. So what I meant by the whole perspective thing is, since this is a game that actually uses nice little miniatures and a really cool looking board, being able to zoom around lets you get cool little shots like that. So for someone like me who plays D&D, and a big part of the fun of role-playing, or not role-playing games, but tabletop games, is actually just picturing these events unfold in front of you. It's really cool that TableTop Simulator gives you the ability to just get these nice close-up shots that you wouldn't even really be able to get as well if you were like playing if you were actually playing on a real tabletop. So like I said, I'm gonna make the icy guys, their starting zone is gonna be any snow spot, and I am differentiating snow from ice. These tiles here next to the water are ice, so we'll put them there. I guess we could say that this is like the big white dragon's child or something. I don't know. Probably not, because I'm probably not going to have the big one look out for it at all. So we won't say that, just because it might make the narrative seem a little silly. Maybe I could even, since we will be coming back to this game next week, maybe I could even do something where, like, I flesh out the story a little bit more and give it a little bit more goals here than just destroy all the other people. Just because I think that always makes games like this a little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun to play out. Put these guys right there. Right there. Turn him so he's facing the right way. And we'll put the last one. Let's see, where's a good place for him? Kind of got the front lines pretty full here, but we'll put him right there. So, just going back real quick to the thing I was saying about getting a cool little action shot perspective with Tabletop Simulator. Now that I got one side of the board completely full, let's just take a look. And that just is so awesome to me that you can get these cool little shots like that. And like even like little details like this guy, it just kind of looks like he's barely poking out from behind the glacier there. It's just so cool to me. Little details I like. Well, let's get this guy's wing out of the glacier. There we go. Yeah, just cool little things like that for me. On that note, since his wing was in the glacier, something I want to point out in case you're playing Tabletop Simulator at home and playing Heroscape, technically in the rule books, it does actually say that when you place a figure somewhere, if that figure can't actually stand where it is, and with its base of the figure flat on the hex tile that it's standing on, because, you know, maybe there's, like, say, a glacier or something in the way, so, like, the way it was just with his wing kind of hanging in, well, now I won't do it, but at any rate, you guys know what I mean. A second ago, when his wing was kind of hanging into the glacier, if you're playing this tabletop, if you're playing Heroscape via Tabletop Simulator like I am now, technically the rules do say that a creature has to be able to fit on the space in order for you to land him there. So if you're playing super strict by the rules, you want to keep an eye out for that, because sometimes Tabletop Simulator will let you kind of overlap materials in the same area sometimes. But, you know, you don't always have to play 100% by the rules. I generally don't. One thing I don't like about the rule set of Heroscape, and I get that it's more of a balance thing, but me being a guy who, my favorite game, as I'm sure you guys know, I've only mentioned it about 3,000 times during this stream, is D&D. Me being a very narrative type of person when it comes to tabletop games, it's silly to me because according to the rules, you see there's a 1, 2, a 3, and an X on these order markers. And that's because on your turn, you can only actually move 3 of your army people. No matter how big your army is, if you have 20 figures in your army, on your turn and around, you can move 3 of them. Or you could even, you can make 3 moves basically. You can, if you want, you can move one creature more than once. You can even move just one creature